How's that gonna start? Wait. Hey, good morning. It's Saturday. We've got a fuller slate of action today, so we should talk about which games we might want to watch. And maybe you're drinking coffee right now. Maybe you just drank coffee, but this is gonna be nice and short. The perfect amount of time for, hey, SEC games. Nice to have you back. Kentucky, Auburn in Auburn. And this one, I don't know. This one's kind of interesting. Auburn's got a new offensive line, a new offensive coordinator, lost a ton on defense. Kentucky's kind of, they have their act together. They get a quarterback back who can sort of throw the ball forward, which Lynn Bowden was great, but that's not what he was doing last year. I think this one feels pretty tight. Lane Kiffin's back in the SEC. Don't know if it's going to be a running quarterback, throwing quarterback for him. Florida has a throwing quarterback in Kyle Trask, who's really, really good. Let's see if Florida can run the ball, something that it didn't happen a ton last year. And something that didn't happen last week, Louisville playing defense, and now they get the Pitt offense, so it's a better situation for the Louisville defense. Let's see if Pitt can move the ball more consistently. I like their defense a ton, but you gotta go both sides, huh? Iowa State has now had time to snap out of whatever it was that they were doing against Louisville on special teams. They're taking on TCU, who had an awful year on offense last year with a true freshman at quarterback. Max Duggan should be better. He had some health issues, but he was just cleared. So let's see a better year on offense, TCU. How about that? All right, this is the one I'm probably most excited for. Mississippi State, LSU. Mike Leach re-brings his air raid. It's a much more evolved version, probably, from where he was at Kentucky all those years ago, now to Mississippi State as a head coach. He is taking on a Bo Pelini defense at LSU, so what's old is new again, and Miles Brennan is the name stepping in for Joe Burrow, running a new offense, well, probably a similar offense, but it's a new offense just because receivers are gone and Joe Burrow's gone and Joe Brady's gone. But LSU should be stacked still somehow. Eric Gilbert is the name to know on the outside, sort of a tight end wide receiver hybrid for LSU. He's fancy and exciting. Georgia should comfortably beat Arkansas, but it'll be fascinating to see what DeJuan Mathis, who is looking like the starter at quarterback for Georgia, what he can do. He overcame a lot health-wise to get to this point. I don't think JT Daniels has been officially cleared yet. He's the USC transfer at quarterback. Georgia, predictably stacked everywhere and should have a pretty incredible fall. Oh, and it's Felipe Franks, who's starting for Arkansas at quarterback, the Florida transfer, so it's an upgrade from where they were. Friends, I think Army-Cincinnati will be a very strange bloodbath because Army has that ball possession option. Cincinnati is just so strong on defense. Let's see what the other side of I don't know what this is. Sorry about that. What the other side of the ball looks like when Army is on defense and Cincinnati is moving the ball. That's where they've struggled some. That's probably going to decide it. Next one's potentially weird. West Virginia probably should be improved from where they were offensively last year. Jarrett Doege takes over at quarterback like he did late in the year last year. Oklahoma State has quarterback issues. We saw Spencer Sanders leave with an injury against, Tulsa last week? Yeah, it was Tulsa. So Oklahoma State still have Chuba Hubbard, but they can't throw the ball. They depended on a true freshman late last week. That's a problem against West Virginia. It was tight last year. Florida State, Miami probably shouldn't be tight, but this game generally gets weird. I love De'Aaron King, Miami's transfer quarterback from Houston. Florida State offensively, it seems like a mess still because of that line. And Miami, they're churning out big plays, and the mismatch between Miami's defensive line and Florida State's offensive line. Probably shouldn't watch all that much of Alabama-Mizzou, but if you do, it should be because of the firepower Alabama still has on offense, and maybe to see what Mizzou looks like under a new coach and Eli Drinkwitz. He came over after just 1 year at App State, but he helped to run those really strong NC State offenses for a while. He's a Gus Malzahn guy. He's been at Boise State, so smart dude. And finally, Tennessee, South Carolina. It's a weirdly small line. Tennessee favored by about a field goal. Let's just hope Tennessee can get out of the gate stronger than what they showed last year, because Vols, what are we doing? It's another year of South Carolina being super optimistic about a new offensive coordinator because I'm not sure why. But those are the games I think you should be watching today. If there are any others, just, I don't know, let me know. Let me know what you're eating. Let me know if you're going for a run. I just like knowing that you're having a great Saturday. And while I have you here, make sure you subscribe to the Solid Verbal for preview shows, recap shows, big picture shows. We do video all the time, youtube.com/the solid verbal, and I'll see you next Saturday morning, but probably sooner, right? Yeah.